GM, welcome to the BrickHaus of Art. I'm your host, Brick Athlete. The purpose of this talk show is to talk about independent art on the blockchain. Today's guest, you may remember, Allison Joyful, a repeat guest here, was part of the BrickHaus of Art. That's Fire pop-up. We had Termination, beautiful poetry piece that was selling. We were able to get some editions out. It's still available if you want to go collect. We're keeping it as an open edition, but Allison, you have some news you've brought us today. We did one pop up, but now you have some news with your own event. Can you talk to me a little bit about what you got going on?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Brick. And I want to say kudos to you for an amazing event with BrickHaus of Art. Still ongoing. It's still amazing. It's still fire. And you were a huge inspiration to me as I put together this charity art sale that I'm working on now, the Childhood Dreams collection for the Jack Martin Fund. And the Jack Martin Fund has been in operation for about 75 years. It is primarily funding the Mount Sinai division of Pediatric Hematology and Oncology in New York City. So all the work they do, all the volunteers that run the fund are putting all their efforts forth simply to gather donations and make more opportunities for children and pediatric care to proliferate, for the technology to continue expanding so that these children in need can really get the best care possible. So it's a really great cause. I'm excited that we have 20 beautiful artworks as part of this collection. The response from the Web3 artist community was overwhelming. I had no idea if anyone would want to do this with me. And my messages were so received with such grace and enthusiasm that I was blown away. And I'm really, really excited. The artwork that these artists have contributed is gorgeous. It represents the theme of childhood dreams so well. And some of the descriptions and comments that I got back from the artists who created for this theme specifically were just so deep and so thoughtful and intentional that it really cracked my heart open when I got the chance to go through all the submissions. So it's really been such a beautiful collaboration between a lot of amazing people, and I'm really, really proud that it's out there now.
You should be proud. It's a lot of work putting on shows and getting artists together and for a unified cause and such an amazing cause, going to, the pediatric hematology and oncology at the Mount Sinai and going in there and everybody in Web3 like putting that best foot forward and showing up for you and like what does it feel like? Does it feel like some sort of validation in that you had this idea of I want to use my art to speak and to help create some funds for helping these kids out and getting the technology there to help alleviate these kids pains and issues that they got going on. What is that feeling like of like having that response come to you from Web3?
Yeah, it's so uplifting because the funny thing is, I have been saying this for a while, pretty much since we were back chilling in the GM show every morning, just that this space attracts such high vibrational people. And it's more and more apparent the more I lean in and connect with the builders and the artists here. Everyone really is thinking about how do we make the world a better place, whether that's for artists and the economy of the art market and the access points and just opening that up to more people beyond sort of the elite traditional art market that we have traditionally known. Just from the way people communicate with each other, especially in the spaces that we've surrounded ourselves in, those people who are all very encouraging and helpful. They want to onboard new people, they want to encourage people to see themselves as artists. And I was just always really pleasantly delighted by the interactions and the exchanges with pretty much everyone I've met here. I mean, obviously there's always, a few shady subjects, but I know I'm a very good judge of people. I listen to my instincts. So I guess I sort of like moved away from those people that were giving me the red flags. And yeah, I'm really lucky to be surrounded by so many generous and caring, compassionate humans here. And that's really what it comes down to. It just I created the opportunity, but it has to do with everyone's motivation, you know, larger than themselves, and really thinking about the collective first, which is, I think, a paradigm shift in the way, maybe our parents' generation were taught to move. So from my standpoint, from my viewpoint, I'm seeing goodness and good vibes proliferating, which is awesome.
It's always great to have the good vibes proliferating and having all those high vibrational folks come together. And you're right, it is a paradigm shift. And those that you've been able to connect with that have given the green flags, that have been, that share the same mission and causes, just to do better, are there to help support. And you've met them throughout. We talked briefly about the GM show and some of the community that we met. um they responded resoundingly for your show when you put the call out, and everybody was okay with, yeah, 50%. We're going to go ahead, we're going to donate that 50%. That's wonderful. Let's go ahead and give these kids something special, and give the hospital something special. So childhood dreams, that's the collection. And two pieces actually have already that have already been sold. Correct. You aren't the story, and then the NYC Capinola by Ryan Annette. So kudos to you on already getting to deliver. But can you tell me a little bit about some of these artists that you've started to work with here, and some of their pieces? See, we got Paper Buddha right here at the top on the your exhibition here on Exchange Art. Really beautiful exhibition. Was going through it, was reading it. Definitely have everybody get the links are going to be down here. Make sure you go check the exhibition, give a read through, make sure to enjoy all the art. But let's talk about this one, Matsuri by Paper Buddha.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What a beautiful piece. And just to backtrack a little bit, when I give kudos to Ryan Annette, who did NYC Campagnola 2023, which is a beautiful artist rendition of a street in New York where the Jack Martin Fund will be hosting a donor event where we'll also be displaying some of the physical artwork and onboarding more new people, hopefully, to digital art collecting. And the second piece, right above that, is You Aren't the Story You'll Tell Yourself by Christina Flynn. And what she wrote, you can read on this exhibition page. It's just a beautiful, deep dive into her process behind creating this vibrant work. I just love the colors. I love the eye there, the repeating yellow dots, or that pattern that comes out. It's just a really amazing artwork by someone who is just pushing herself in every direction. She was my co-host for NFT Ladies Night. That's really how we met, a spinoff from the GM show, of course, in our space days. And we've had the pleasure of connecting at a few NFT events, most recently for Art Basel in Miami last year. And you know what she said to me there? She said, I just want you to start thinking about what it is you want to create for your career. And she said, maybe it's like creative director or something like that. And, she's one of those people that that very slyly plants seeds for you. And when I asked her to contribute a piece for this collection, she came back with, this is so incredible that you're doing this. It's the perfect intersection of all these amazing parts of you. And I was like, okay, enough about me, more about you. So I'm really happy that her artwork got collected already as part of this exhibit. It's just like such a beautiful story. Yeah, but let's scroll back up and we'll look at Matsuri by Paper Buddha. As you know, I am a Paper Buddha maxi, my absolute first love in the NFT space. His artwork is always just so infinitely interesting to me. It's meant to be displayed on a super large screen because there's so many sweet details. His shadow work is really one of his hallmarks of his art. He uses pulp fiction and traditional Buddhist tankas to create this work, which is always, to me, every time I see his pieces, I'm like delighted, like, oh, another fun one. This one he actually used an illustration style that's reminiscent of a childhood cartoon favorite of mine, Babar the elephant. And when I was looking at this, I was just getting waves of nostalgia, and I didn't realize that it was coming from that until he mentioned it a few days ago. I love the my favorite part, I think, is the giraffe on the right side with the little parade of mice holding balloons. And Matsuri actually means celebration or festival. And so this does feel like a very celebratory piece to me. And, you know, it's a little bit weird, it's a little bit out there, but it's so cool. And I just love what Paper Buddha's doing. He really is like one of my besties in the space. And I'm always blown away by what he puts out there. So really glad he could contribute.
He's got really iconic work, identifiable, it's a paper Buddha. You got the classic Tonka in there. And then I love the children's character animations there added into it. Because it's it's not so much out of the realm of like his normal sci-fi pulp in there, but then it adds that childlike aspect into it. And we should be celebrating, the children and them overcoming, adversity when, having to be a patient, at Mount Sinai. So like this is a celebration for them, and definitely a wonderful piece. Should be would definitely want that in my on my digital gallery space, on my one of my big screens. I got this new projector. I
Ooh,
started project. The wife was like, get something nice to project all your art with on. She's like, you want to get one of them screens? I said, no, I'm getting a projector. So now we've got 20-foot paper Buddhas in the living room.
nice. I love that. Yeah, projector's the perfect size for paper Buddha art.
Get yourself a projector and a paper Buddha, and go enjoy yourself. So wonderful piece. You can go collect it here on Exchange Art. They're priced in Sol and in USDC. So you get your pick 'em, whether your credit card or your crypto. Um, just a wonderful exhibition. I actually, this is my first time seeing Adventurer by Christy Glass or the artist Jolene Casco. So I'm getting to learn about some new artists as I go through your exhibition. This one really caught my eye. Empress Trash, Soft Wishes. Can you tell me a little bit about this piece by Empress Trash?
Absolutely. Yeah, part of my outreach and curation of this particular collection was very female focused. So Christy Glass is one of the top digital artists of our time. She's one of our 100 in the Artifacts collection. This is her first piece on the Solana blockchain. So that is very exciting. I'm so happy that she contributed. And her artwork, she actually has agreed to donate 100% of the sales and 100% of all secondary sale royalties. So thank you so much to Christy. Jolene Casco is another amazing collage artist. I have tons of her work in my collection. I'm so happy she's represented here. And then we have Empress Trash. Yes, Empress Trash does a incredible glitch artwork, and I hope it's coming through because it's a little pixelated on my side. So make sure that you go and experience this work firsthand in the exhibition or the Childhood Dream series on Exchange Art. Um, Empress Trash, I've also met a few times. She's always a good time. She's one of those people that's just so real and raw and open, and I just love her candid way that she communicates. When she submitted her artwork, I actually said, I wish I could hold you up as an example for artists everywhere on how to communicate about their work. So I put many of her remarks into this exhibition because I wanted to share like a very, touching aspect of what childhood dreams as a theme brings up for people. It's not all celebratory and happy. And of course, the fund that we're raising money for is dealing with really serious, childhood illnesses and helping families through that. So I also wanted to include some of that aspect of, when we look back on our childhood, it isn't always, nice and perfect and happy. And so Empress Trash really brought that out, and I'm really thankful that she could give a piece for this collection, just like a huge win. Also, I think it's also her first piece on Solana blockchain. So we're onboarding new collectors, we're onboarding artists to the Solana blockchain, and hopefully we'll just be onboarding everyone everywhere soon.
Possible on Solana. And what I love about your exhibition too is like you're doing a female focused, trying to make sure to establish that equity. I tried to make sure about that as mine with mine as well. I had a 30% ratio. I was trying to push for more on the open call, but I love how like you've disrupted that ratio and you're sending it, and we need more of that, more empowered female voices out there. um, let's
Yeah,
see.
definitely. I totally agree. And that's been really like a hallmark of what I do in this space since I got here, right? With NFT Ladies Night, um, putting on NFTC at the Seaport for NFT NYC 2022, with a badass group of female leaders in this space. And, just continuing to push the envelope and make sure people know that we're here and we're serious and we're ready to rock. Would love to stop on this artwork, Feral 2007 by Jenna De La Chenaye, one of my best friends of all time, a very talented photographer. She's in the midst of also making a documentary, and she has founded a nonprofit called the Nashen Project, where she actually goes to the Kampala slums in the Karamojong district of Uganda in Africa and teaches mindfulness-based practices, trains teachers there to share these trauma-informed practices that really help to negate some of the suffering that these people are experiencing through climate change, through ongoing conflict, through oppression from their government, through food and poverty, and all of that type of just scarcity that they're dealing with at all times. This is Jenna's first NFT. So she has previously sold her work in galleries and shows across the US and internationally. And she has been kind of like circling NFTs for a while. I had her come out and meet some of the DJs at one of our NYC activations. So I'm like, little by little getting her there. And so I'm thankful we finally made it, folks. Jenna has minted her first NFT, Feral 2007. It's a gorgeous photograph. Absolutely love it. And this is actually one of 4 artists that we've onboarded for the first time to the blockchain
Hey,
with their very
hey,
first minted NFT. Yes. So that
look
was
at
another thing.
that.
Many layers to this project. We're just trying to, keep moving, keep pushing and keep
Keep
progressing. But
raising that standard. You keep raising that standard, that bar. That's a hey, if someone's gonna do it, might as well be you, right?
absolutely, I'm here for it.
This is a wonderful piece. I can see the emotion from the child in there, and they're looking right directly down at you. Um, wonderful that you were able to onboard her, and such incredible work that she's doing out there as well in Uganda.
Yeah,
And
thank
then
you.
getting her connected with some of the degens, getting them connected with the good degens. There's good degens, there's bad degens. We got a couple more cool degens we'll talk about. We're running out of time here shortly, but we'll talk about a couple more before we go. Speaking of degens and a powerful ally, Goku NFT, Summer Forever. What can you tell me a little bit about this one?
Yeah, so Goku is sort of like one of my main partners in crime. Every time I'm trying to get into something, I reach out to him and get his hot takes on it. When I was thinking about where I would mint the collection, I was immediately drawn to exchange art because I have minted there before. I've had a few artworks up there, most recently Termination, and also the very first poem from the post-mortem poetry series, of which you collected both. Thank you very
My
much.
grief is an ocean. I love that piece.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. So Goku has always been kind of like holding my hand and helping me along the way. And when I brought this collection to him, he said, "Oh, I think I have the perfect image." And he shared this gorgeous, I just love this one. I love the reflection of the sun in the water. I love the definition of the water. It looks like, you get that feeling of water movement through this shot. I love the silhouettes of the children, and then, just like the foliage in the background. It's both complex and minimal. I don't know how to really describe it, but I think it's just such an epic photograph, and I'm really thankful that he contributed to this. Summer Forever. The name's amazing
I
too.
love it because, like, for me, this I can look at this and this gives me feels of playing at Folsom Lake in the summer, and I'm immediately transported back there. I see the golden tones. I have the smell of the lake water on me. It's me and my friends, and there's not a care in the world, not a care about diseases, not a care about poverty. It was just kids being kids, and that's all kids should. The only job a child should have is to be a child and to go have that exploration and curiosity in life.
Yeah, I agree. What we're trying to create for our children, right? I don't want them to have any heaviness, or I don't want Boy B to be worrying about anything that he doesn't have to. So yeah, you're right. That comes across in that photo. Oh, and
But
here's Neon Nostalgia by Laser Lou, dude. I love the colors here. I love that vibrant yellow. It kind of has like a primary sort of vibe. I mean, it's a lot more. It's like every color of the rainbow really is here. I love the block acrylic pieces that he used. I think those are acrylic salt and pepper shakers, if I'm remembering right from his
oh
training
yeah,
that he shared.
that's so cool. And then
Yeah,
he's got the
so cool.
mirrors in the back too.
Absolutely. And just to remind everyone, this is not a render. This is actual lasers coming at you from Laser Lou's closet, probably at like 4 a.m. after he's put his 95 children to bed, worked his full-time job. He comes home, he's shooting his lasers, making his music videos, and creating this beautiful art for us. So I always want to give props to Laser Lou, dude. He's like a saint in my eyes almost.
I want to go like live in his closet as he's building these and just be like honey, I shrunk myself and just put me in the middle of all these laser exhibitions he does. This is such wonderful work, very iconic work from him. Um and it's all over the place, but it kind of reminds me of like what is going through like a kid that's like a gamer, like what's going through their head at the time of like the latest game is coming out, I'm having my friends over to stay the night, we got popcorn, games, and it's fun, and that's kind of what I'm kind of feeling like from this, at least for me.
Yeah, it's giving me Beat Saber vibes.
Yeah. We love the laser Lou. Make sure to go collect it. Go collect the work. This one would look fantastic up on like a 8 foot display as well. Next to the paper Buddhas and the lily whites and your Lena Goldens. Definitely you want to come check this exhibition out. It's not just here on the exhibition, but you can go over, you can click on the piece right there, like let's say Dreams Take Flight. You can go right to the artwork, say, oh my gosh, I love this artwork. I'm experiencing it. Got the sound, the visuals, and you want to get it because you want to support Allison and the Jack Martin Fund and Mount Sinai and all these kids. You go to collect artwork, boom, you go right there. Look at that. Look at that. It's going to pull it right up there for you. And you click that buy now button and you can do it. You can do it card. You can do it with ETH. You can do it with Soul. Just make sure, go collect. And definitely share. If you can't collect, make sure to go follow and share, and make sure to get the word out about this exhibition and these artists. Allison, thank you so much for being here and sharing such amazing work that you've been putting in for your show. Do you have any closing comments, thoughts, calls to action for our viewers?
Just thank you for having me again. It's so wonderful to highlight these artists and to highlight this wonderful cause. Nonprofit work has been a big part of my life for a long time. And I'm really grateful that I have the experience and the resources to share what we're building here to help kids and fund the hospital. So check it out and please collect if you can.
Childhood Dreams is the collection. Make sure to go smash that follow button on the exchange art. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others. When you go outside this weekend and you touch that grass and you touch it and it's soft and cuddly and you smell that fresh grass, maybe it's just raining. It's fall. Maybe it's raining around where. Pick up a little bit of trash because without earth, we have no art. GM.